Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lou from Iron Will Strength and Fitness. Today I'm coming at you with a movement correction series, okay? SMC, right? What we're going to do is we're going to stretch, mobilize, and correct the hip flexors, okay? Why the hip flexors are so important is because one, all right, a lot of people, they sit down nowadays for their jobs, very immobile, okay? Especially if you're at a desk, okay? So what happens is tight hip flexors, they have a tendency to lead to chronic lower back pain, glutes that are turned off or that are dormant, all right? Very important, okay, for when you're actually just moving around in everyday life, overall functional movement patterns in everyday life, and also when you're exercising in the gym, okay? If you have tight hip flexors and you have bad lower back, sometimes you don't want to do, a whole lot of stuff in the gym that requires you to actually use a lot of strength, all right? So because of that pain or that chronic pain that comes up every now and then, a lot of people abstain from, correcting that pattern. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a stretching movement, a mobilization movement, and also I'm going to show you a corrective exercise to start loosening up them hip joints a little bit, okay? So come over here with me real quick. And first thing we're going to do, okay, we're going to go through what's called the stretch, all right? It's called the psoas stretch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foot, put the heel on the box right here, and I'm going to bring this other knee all the way down to the ground, okay, so it touches. Point the toe up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my chest up, foot planted on the box, and I'm going to lean back a little bit, okay? What I'm going to do, what this is doing, is stretching the whole front of the hip flexor right over here, okay? And this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this for about 30 seconds, all right? Then, when I'm done with 30 seconds, I'm going to switch legs. After that, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the mobilization move, the mobilization part of it. So what's called is called the Spider-Man, all right? This may be advanced for some people, but give it a try, okay? So I'm going to go into a push-up position, just like this, so. I'm going to move my left leg up towards my hand right here. I'm going to come up. Now, keeping my bottom leg straight, I'm going to dip my hip a little bit until I feel a stretch. Hold it for about a second. Bring the left leg back to the original position. Then I'm going to move the right leg. Same thing, okay? And I'm going to keep switching for roughly 10 to 12 each leg, all right? I'm going to do that 2 times. Then after that, I'm going to do a corrective pattern. So, what it's going to cause is me to bring my hips into extension, all right? There's flexion, what you're already in, we're trying to correct, and the only way to correct that is to put your hips to extension, meaning hips up and straight. So, this is called a glute bridge, very basic movement, all right? So I'm going to keep my hips down on the ground, my knees roughly about 45 degrees, hands out to the side, back on the ground, and I'm going to move my hips up, okay? Now, if I'm doing this correctly, my legs should be roughly at a almost 90-degree angle as I come all the way up as far as I can. Then I come down. If it's too much, I bring my feet back in closer to me if I'm not getting all the way up. Dig my heels in the ground, and I extend all the way up, squeeze my butt, and then come back down, okay? After I'm done with that, roughly do that one for about 10 to 12 times. Try and go through 2 to 3 times. I'll see you with another series in a little bit.